Hey folks, Richard Todd here, the voice of the Fort Dorchester Patriots with Coach Steve LaPrade as the 2015 football season has kicked off. And we've got Coach LaPrade here on the field after a big victory for your Patriots to kick off the season opener. And we'll talk with Coach LaPrade about the first half highlights and what happened against South Florence coming up next. All right, back with Coach Steve LaPrade and the Fort Dorchester Coaches Show. And Coach, before we get to the first half, let's talk first of all the off-season. You come off of an incredible year, made it to the Final Four, the semifinals of the football playoffs in the state. When you get together for summer practice and you start looking at the season, how much do you play off of last year and use that as a motivator, or is it a brand new clean slate? I mean, how does that work with the guys when it goes into the practice before the season starts?
Well, those young men that did that last year, we lost about 35 of those guys, but they set a base and a standard for these guys that hadn't been done in a while. And so, we kind of took that and we built it. A lot of these guys were on that team, enough of them were on that team. Had a lot of young guys, JV guys, B-team guys were sitting in the stands last year watching these guys. So it took a lot of hard work. They've lifted very, very hard over the summer, trained very hard, a lot of running.
I was going to ask you, how do you feel about it with the summer and with Sertoma heading into this first game?
It's good. I mean, our kids work really hard. They really do. I got a great coaching staff working with them on their strength and speed. So I think it showed tonight. We're still young in a lot of positions, and that showed also. We got some holes, but I think as the year goes on, we're going to be a much better football team.
Well, the first half had a combined 63 points. It was 43-20 at halftime. In the first half, you had a fumble on the 1-yard line. There was some turnovers, some big plays, a couple of blown assignments on defense. But assess that first half performance, because 43-20 at the half, nobody would have predicted 63 first half points there.
Well, like you said, we fumbled on one, we got it onside, we didn't take advantage of that. We were down here inside the 20 another time, so I went at half and I told the coaches, I said, man, we could have 65 points first half. We could have easily scored over 90 points tonight. So a couple of the ones that the defense gave up, the offense set them up a little bit too good. So we just got some work to do and clean some things up. I'm really happy with the kids' performance. It was hot, it was muggy, they were tired, they kind of fought through it. I thought we were conditioned a little bit better than they were, and I think it showed. Feels wet, it just kills your legs. So I'm happy with our kids.
And we actually had a 30-minute rain delay and started the game 30 minutes late because of the weather. But when you look at that first half performance, the carry-on Joyner behind the center, Datron James, and then the offensive line making holes, it just seemed like a great offensive performance there in the first half.
It was, and we got, we thrown the ball a whole lot more than we have in the past, and that's due to our receiving corps. We came in and did a great job. Carry-on did a great job. We had a bunch of receivers. Cole came in and he did a great job, throwing the ball, running the ball. So that offensive line we got makes a lot of people look really good.
Well, 43-20 at halftime for the Patriots. We'll talk about the second half with Coach Steve LaPrade coming up here on the Coaches Show next. Hey, Richard Todd back here with Coach Steve LaPrade as we take a look at the second half of the Patriots' victory over South Florence. Let's talk about the second half. The carry-on Joyner, he came off a little gimpy after really playing well. Didn't really see any action in the fourth quarter, and really wasn't necessary. But how's he doing health-wise?
He's good. I mean, he just dinged it up a little bit. He's got a little ankle thing, sprain that's bothering him. He's still a youngster. He don't know how to fight through that a little bit. But he did a great job. He played a little bit, dinged up, and it's going to be that way for a couple weeks probably. But he's good. We could have left him in there, but we got, like I said, we got Cole Gambale, and he does a great job. He came in, I think, scored 2 or 3 touchdowns. So that's what we got all these guys for.
Well, 21-20 was the score in the second half, but you put that with the 43-20 first half lead, and the team just looked great really on both sides of the ball. Datron James, 7 touchdowns tonight. It was a big night for him.
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, he's just a stud. And Webby, Barry's Hartzog, our alias Webby, came in and did a good job too running the football. So,
and getting Cole Gamble in there as well for the fourth quarter, coming in to quarterback.
That's right, yeah. So, we get a bunch of kids can play, which is good. You got to have it on this level because you're going to get some kids dinged up.
Well, 104 total points, 64-40 the final score with Fort Dorchester over South Florence. Patriots go on the road for the next couple of games, and we'll give you a preview of the next game coming up next.
Is it still Friday?
Almost not. I know. All right, last second. Here we go. Ready?
Good.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right, folks, back here with Coach Steve LaPrade here at Bagwell Stadium. The game ended 64-40, Fort Dorchester over South Florence. Kicking off the season with the W, always a great way to start the year, and you're already looking ahead. Carolina Forest on the road. Next 2 games actually on the road.
Yeah, we got Carolina Forest. They kind of had been a real successful program. They got a new coach last year. They came in here and played good first quarter. I think they won. I think they beat Darlington, who I heard has got a really good team now. So I think we're going to have our hands full up there. We got to go to Myrtle Beach. So
what are you looking at when you go into practice this week to work on to get ready for the next game? Coming off a 64-point performance.
Oh, we got so many things to work on. I know that sounds funny to you, but we made so many mistakes tonight that we've got to clean up as the year goes on. But it's our first game, and it's week 0 too. We're a week early, so I'm happy with our guys. They played hard, and they fought through some fatigue, the second half. And, I'm really happy with them, and they know, we'll start Monday. I told them to enjoy this, tomorrow and Sunday, and then Monday we got to get with it.
Well, the season is underway. 2015 has kicked off, Coach. Congratulations on the victory,
Richard,
and good luck on the road at Carolina Forest. Don't forget, you can follow the Patriots at fdfootball.com on the road next week at Carolina Forest, and that's the Coach Steve LaPrade Coaches Show.